Wow, Bill, what an evening. We had some computer glitches and some things. Tell me about how the night got started.
The night got started very slow. We thought maybe we might have some returns in by 7:30 at least, but we had some computer problems, computer breakdown in software, so they were a little late coming in, Jim.
So what are there any surprises? What are the shocks tonight? What do you think?
Yeah, there's several surprises in tonight's election, today's election. There was one as far as the 25th District Senate race was concerned. Dr. Or rather, Kerry Roberts came out pretty well in that, and I understand that Josh Evans had conceded that last evening. And also there was a big, what I would think is a pretty good upset in Sabi Dak Kumar, won big in the House of Representatives race, 66th District here in Robertson County. And we got a lot more to tell you about.
Who's the mayor of Robertson County?
Well, the mayor is still the same mayor we had. Mr. Bradley came through in flying colors, and of course I admire anyone that decides to run for office, Jim. Some people win, some people lose, but maybe perhaps they said he got more votes than the other fellow. So he's still our mayor of the county, and a good one.
And over in Greenbrier?
Greenbrier has a new mayor, and Bonnet Dawson was elected up there in the city of Greenbrier, and she replaces, of course, Billy Wilson, who resigned that position.
Well, what races stand out for you tonight?
I think perhaps the race between Bobby Jones out in the 10th District, and you had Billy Moore running out there, and you had Burt Glover, who was the former General Sessions judge, well, still is until September, and he and Billy Moore were elected. Bobby Jones has been a long time representative in the county courts of Robertson County and the county commissioner, and I think he's been there, Jim, over 20 years, and he was defeated tonight. So there will be two new men on the county commission there in that district.
Wow. What impact do you think there'll be?
I think they'll add a lot to it. Of course, I was on the county commission for about 12 years myself, and of course, at my age, Jim, you lose out on some things, and maybe some younger men have some newer ideas, different ways. Maybe they can help save some more money. I don't know, but as the old saying goes, it's probably always good for change, and that's about the way some of them felt, evidently.
Why don't we do some percentages, and then why don't we just have you rip down the line?
We had very low turnout today in the election here in Springfield for the state primary and for the general elections here, county general elections here in Springfield and Robertson County. There was only, voter turnout was only 28%, which is way down from quite a few from last year. And total vote was 11,017. 11,000, I think there's something like 29,000 voters that are eligible to vote, but 11,017. Now, all of these are the figures I'm giving you are unofficial until they're, of course, summarized by the County Election Commission, and they'll probably be doing that next week. So some of the other interesting races that we had here in the city and county on this election day. For governor, Bill Haslam, a big winner with over 6,000 votes. United States Senate, Lamar Alexander, and Joe Carr had a fairly close race. Joe Carr, surprisingly, with 4,080 votes here in Springfield, Robertson County, and Lamar Alexander with 3,595. In the representative race for the 6th District, Diane Black, of course, big winner, 6,071 votes. And in the Senate 25th District, Joshua Evans had 3,433 votes, and I understand he was upset by Kerry Roberts, who was the former Senate leader, and of course when they reapportioned, he got cut out of that position and ran again, and he received a vote total of 4,449 here in Robertson County, and I understand he will be our senator. In the House of Representatives in the 66th District, good race here, Jim. Brock Brewer had 813 votes. Matt Burnett had 1,360, and the big winner, and very surprisingly so with the margin that he won, has a lot of friends in this area, being a doctor, Dr. Sadi Kumar. He polled in 35,300 338 votes.
3,500, you mean?
3,500, I beg your pardon. Yeah, that would be quite a difference, wouldn't it? And in some of the other races of interest we'll tell you about, in the Circuit Court Judges District 19, Part 2, Katie Dyer had 2,239 votes. Bill Goodman was the big winner. Bill Goodman, of course, a local lawyer here in Springfield and Robertson County. Now, this involves two counties, Montgomery County and Robertson County. This is the Robertson County vote. Bill Goodman had 7,484, and Kate Dyer had 2,239 votes. In the Circuit Court Judge, District 19, Ben Dean, the big winner there. Ben had 59% of the votes with 5,784 to John Gassaway's vote of 2,344. Judge Gassaway was the incumbent, been there, I think, somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 terms, 24 years. So they'll have to get the vote from, of course, Montgomery County to go along with that. In the District Attorney General's race, John W. Carney was reelected with over 5,000 votes. In the Public Defender, Robert E. Neal. County Mayor's race here in Robertson County, County Mayor reelected by a large majority was Howard Bradley with 6,088 votes, and Ken Brown with 3,722 votes. Now getting down to the county commissioners right quickly for you. In the District 1, no one opposed there. Robert Bobby Couch Jr. and Tommy Jackson was elected. In District 2, we had the election there of Don Eden, who received 387 votes. And also in that district, we had Keith Hoover with 295 votes. In the county commissioner's race in District 3, we had Larry DiOrio, who was incumbent. He was defeated. And winning in that was incumbent Patsy Gregory, along with a newcomer, Eric Roberts, I believe that is, county commissioner in District 3. So in County Commissioner District 4, no one running there against Irvin Brown and Kathy Spears. In District 6, the winners were Lanny Adcock, along with Carol Duggar, who is both of those are incumbents. They had one in opposition to them. In District 6, Stacy Moulton Moore was the winner. She's, of course, incumbent, along with Randy Wilson, also incumbent. They defeated Donna Ray Doris. In the commission race, District 7, the winners were Bob Stroud and incumbent William Billy Vogel. In District 8, no one opposing them, Bubba Doris and Faith Stubblefield were the winners. And a big race in District 9, Tommy Baggett was the big winner, along with running Warren Corbin, and also running in that race was Robert T. Bob Hogan and also Dave Fisher. And the big winner was Tommy Baggett, polling 464 votes, and Robert T. Bob Hogan also topped him with 546 votes. So those are one of the two new commissioners in the District 9 precinct. Also, in the District 10, we had a good race here. Burton D. Glover, who was the General Sessions Judge and will be until the 1st of the month, he was elected along with William H. Bill Moore. They defeated longtime incumbent Bobby M. Jones, and that was in the 10th District. In the 11th District, elected last evening, was Mike Ellis, who used to be formerly with the Board of Education, came back to run in the commission's race in that district, and he received 515 votes. Kevin Gray, longtime commissioner, was defeated in that race, 378, and re-elected for another 4 years was Steve Haley with 460 votes. In District 12, in the final district, we had two incumbents running. James G. Bowen and Robert L. Farmer carried that by a large margin. And finally, getting down into the county trustees race, Karen D. Counts, very good race between these two young ladies. Karen D. Counts was a loser. She had 4,091 votes, and Karen Shepard Shelton was the winner there with 5,721. I think this is both of them running for the very first time for offices. In the General Sessions judgeship race, unopposed, is Joel W. Perry in that. And also in the sheriff's race, Bill Holt, unopposed. We've had so many sheriffs in the last several years that, of course, we go way back with the sheriff's department. But Bill receiving a whopping vote of 9,047. Bill Holt, of course, unopposed in that race for Robertson County Sheriff. In the circuit court race, we have the incumbent, Lisa Cavender. She's returning with 7,936 votes, and she defeated Albert Fuquay, who posted 1,619 votes. And finally, we're coming down to the last ones here. County Clerk Susan Ashley unopposed, winning. Robert Register of Deeds was Connie Stroud, and she replaces Frankie Fletcher in that position. In the School Board Zone 1, Alan Hurd elected. In School Board Zone 2, Stoney Crockett was reelected. In the mayor's race in the city of Greenbrier, Tennessee, our Greenbrier folks were the last ones to report in last evening. Kind of kept things stalled there for a little while, but I imagine they had a pretty good turnout up there. The winner in the mayor's race of Greenbrier is Bonnet A. Dawson, and she was opposed by Joe Vincisi. Also, in the Greenbrier Alderman's Ward 2, the winner was Jeff DeLong. He won by only 6 votes over Diana Bass. And those were the big races that we had on this 7th day of August, Jim.
Well, that's quite a mouthful there.
Yeah, we had a bunch of pages we had to look through, and a lot of candidates running for the election this year. But you know, Jim, it seems like the years that I have been here, and that's many, we don't have a real big turnout. Of course, as I told you, we only had a very small percentage who turned out, 11,017. Unless you have a sheriff's race that is opposed, you don't get the turnout that you should have, you know, in a normal race. But that's always been the custom here in Robertson County. They like to see a good sheriff's race.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think they need a sheriff race to come out and vote?
You know, I don't really have the answer to that, Jim, but it just stirs people up. They think that they, maybe after a sheriff has been in office for 4 years or 8 years, whatever the case may be, we need someone else out there who can do a better job, who can save more money in the office. But whether that's true or not, I don't know. But we've got a good one.
So you're saying that people have a bigger feeling about the sheriff's position than any other?
Any other office that I've known, yes, always. When we used to have all these votes at the courthouse, why, everyone was standing outside waiting. Well, the judges ran, the circuit court ran, this, that, and the other. What about the sheriff's race? How's it going? Everybody interested in the sheriff's race. I don't know why.
Looking at the voting turnout, even though he was unopposed and he getting the votes, what message does that send? I mean, can we assume that he's well liked and appreciated in the job that he has now?
I think so. Yes, I think he's well appreciated, and what he's done with that department has earned him the right to be the sheriff of Robertson County. The way he's outfitted his men, the way he's used his budget, the way he's purchased new automobiles, and you know the sheriff department wears out a lot of automobiles. And of course, when he proposes that he's got to have 4 or 6 or whatever, some people shun that, but it takes a lot of automobiles, a lot of mileage on those automobiles. So I think Sheriff Bill Holt has done an outstanding job. I really do.
And Howard Bradley, as I understand it, he's never lost a race.
He has never lost a race, and he is a tremendous man with the education that he has. He just amazes me. I never went to him, Jim, when I was a commissioner, asking him a question about county government that he could not answer. He helped me a lot in those years that I was a county commissioner, and he'll be helping other younger ones that come in, some that have not been trained in commission work, but he'll go out of his way to help them, and I think Howard deserves another term.
Now, Greenbrier has a new mayor now after everything that's gone down in Greenbrier. You think the city will now settle in? What does it mean for Greenbrier that Bonnet Dawson is now the mayor there?
I don't think you'll hear much out of it. I think everything will run smooth as glass because this young lady has a knowledge of what is going on in the city of Greenbrier. She has a knowledge of what goes on in finances in the city of Greenbrier or any other city as far as that's concerned. And I think they made a great step right there in electing her as their mayor.
She has a strong economic background.
He certainly does. And I go back as old as I can remember her dad. So I knew her dad, and of course I've known Ms. Dawson a long time, and so I think you're not. It's going to be a quiet case up there in Greenbrier.
And finally, let's talk about the Senate race. Um, the two front runners, obviously, um, in, Kerry Roberts and Joshua Evans. Joshua had a lot more money, as I understand it, and tell me about that. What happened? What's the message there? What does that tell you?
I think what I talked to some people about, Jim, and you did some interviews with both of those young men up at the Smiley's Hollow, that's where it was, and you got some good comments from both of them up there. But I really and truly think what beat Joshua Evans was the fact that he had one position as a representative of the 66th district. The people had elected him to that office on several occasions, and I think most of them expected him to keep that position and try to help Robeson County as much as he possibly could in the House of Representatives. But he chose to relinquish that position and run for the Senate. It didn't work. It did not work at all.
Wow. So what does this mean for Kerry Roberts?
I think it means a great, great challenge for him. I think in my feelings for Kerry Roberts, he had that position won. They redistricted and put it into 5 districts, and they cut him out of that position. He had to come back and run again. And Jim, you know well, that's hard to do and win, but he did, and he did it in a great way, great fashion.
With less money.
Less money, a lot less money. Yes, yes, you're right.
Your final thoughts about all the races?
Oh, I do enjoy elections, Jim. Enjoy, and I appreciate you letting me have the opportunity to be here on Smokey Barnes News for Robeson County in Springfield, Tennessee. It's proven to be one of the outstanding news programs throughout the state of Tennessee and right here in Springfield and Robeson County. But I have enjoyed the race, all the races. I've been contacted by most of those that were running, and of course you have just certain ones that you can vote for, but I appreciate people that take time and interest to run. And whether they win or lose, they are a winner in my book.